Yeah, just said yesterday, another great win. Have an opportunity to sweep a team like Vanderbilt on the road. I think they've been done for a long time. I don't know if during Tim's time here, uh, we found a way to do it. Just kept the game close. We kept thinking if we can just keep this thing close, we can get them late, and we did it. Charles Davlin had a great day, 3 RBIs, and some production from the end of the order. It was really good again, and because we had a couple of our better hitters didn't hit a whole lot here this weekend, but we had some of the guys that have come through here and there. Maybe don't have as high batting average or whatever, and they really chipped in this weekend and again today.
And Matt Jones, go for it.
Yeah. Hey, Ben Bybee, can you just speak to the performance that he gave you at the end today?
Yeah, Ben came in and just using 3-4 pitches and throwing most of them around the zone. Threw his fastball for a strike, change up, lefties, a few breaking balls, a couple of cutters here and there. And, really when we got the 4-run lead going into the bottom of the 8th, we just said, Ben, just pound the zone with your heater, let him hit it. And he spun a couple of breaking balls, a couple of change up for the most part the last 2 innings. He just went at him with fastballs. Did a great job.
Those 7, 8, 9 guys that you mentioned, I think they're calling themselves the Caboose Gang now, and they've given you 2 pretty good weekends in a row. What have you seen different from them?
Well, probably just confidence more than anything. They're all good players. They're all good athletes too. When you think about, like today, Helfrich is 7, Souza 8, and then Thomas 9. All 3 of those guys can really run. They all can hit the ball out of the park. So it's a good combination. You as a pitcher, opposing pitcher, you can't just say, okay, I'm past the first 6 guys that are hitting 330, 340, 350, whatever they're hitting. And now I got these guys, they're a little bit under 300. They're not as good. And if you do, they'll get you. And, they got them today.
And what do you think of all of this? You mentioned some of your best hitters didn't have the weekends that maybe they would have liked to have had. Just maybe the depth of your lineup, the depth of it, has it improved over the last few weeks?
The depth of my lineup?
Yes.
Yeah, no doubt. I just feel like that time of year, guys are starting to heat up, seeing a lot of pitches, seeing a lot of sliders and off-speed stuff, and you just get, you get a little more comfortable. You kind of see it and react, and I don't know. It's just a great job by the offense. I think they're all just motivating each other.
Oh, let's go for it.
Yeah, Dave, how would you assess Landon's start today?
I thought he did a good job. I mean, he got behind in the count a couple of times and fought back. He kind of bent and didn't break, so to speak. Gave up a few hits, but not a lot. Give their catcher credit. He went down and hit a cutter, a cutter that was down and in, and he just got it. And sometimes you just have to tip your cap. The pitch wasn't elevated. He probably guessed a little bit and thought he was going to bring a cutter in, and he did. And he had to square it up, and he did. And we found ourselves down 3-2. Didn't panic. Got out of another jam, and the game went on a few innings without us doing anything. And then we tied it up, and then obviously took a 4-run lead. And we needed 6 outs. But I'd give him a good grade on today. I appreciate his effort, 5 innings, and he gave us an opportunity to have a chance to win the game in the last few innings.
And outside of that midweek game, your pitching staff since the Ole Miss series has been really, really good. Just how would you assess the pitching staff as a whole?
Yeah, the staff has been really good. Obviously, we throw a lot of strikes. We make you earn it. I think that our pitching staff is confident that the defense is going to play good defense behind them, not going to give up much, not going to kick balls around, maybe make a great play every now and then. And I think they also have in the back of their mind, we can score. And I think that takes a little bit of pressure off of them. And, whether it was starter, middle guys, or guys finishing games for the last few weeks, couple of weeks, they've been really good.
Last one for me. I wanted to get your take on there was a couple of base running issues for Vanderbilt today where they I think there was a runner interference where a guy ran into Souza, and then also I guess the guy got caught between second and third. Kind of what was your perspective on those, and how big are those plays in a game like this?
Yeah, just the first one, the left-handed hitter brought a drag bump with him with the left-handed pitcher, got it by. Souza was aware of the play. Knew he could do it. It's on scattering report we talked about. He was crashing hard. If he doesn't run into the runner, he's going to have to field it to make a good throw. It's still going to be really close. But yeah, I mean, the other play, you got a ball that's hit. The runner at first is, goes around second, goes around third. I don't know exactly what happened. All I know is the batter runner had his head down when he went around second. So I don't know if the third base coach was bringing the runner at third, and then as the last second threw up, the stop sign, and by then the batter runner had put his head down and didn't look. We call it look, touch, look. You look before you hit the bag, you touch the bag, and you look again just to see if there's been a change, and there was a change. So, how much did it affect the game? I think it affected the game a lot. I think that play affected the game. It probably for sure cost them one run. The play earlier in the game, it could have cost no runs, but it also could have cost a big inning because, now they're going to have the 9-hole and they're going to be back to the top, and you never know. I mean, all those things add up in a ball game, and that's why we always tell our guys everything matters. So you got to pay attention, and it wasn't us this time.
Matt Aaron, go ahead.
Yeah, hi Dave. In all your years in the SEC, I guess when you're able to win a close one like you did yesterday, how often does that lend itself to a series win or a sweep in this case on day 3?
Yeah, I would say that you probably got a really, really good chance of winning the next day, whatever that day is, a sweep or to try to win the series. Just because the way you won, come back and win, tie it, win an extra innings. It definitely is a downer if you're on the losing end of that. And for us, being able to sleep on that and have confidence and relax and play loose, I think it made a difference today. We took it real easy today in pregame. My thought was, let's not run the bases in batting practice. Let's not take in and out. Let's save it all for the game, and maybe we need it. And I don't know, but in the 8th inning, we just had something there. Guys were still strong and fighting, and we've done this a little bit with this team, and they respond a little bit when we change things up. And I liked what I saw today at the end of the game.
Yeah, and then it did get close there in the 8th. You guys are down to your last 6 outs. What does it say about your offense that you strike out 10 times against their starter, but you're just able to muscle it out?
Yeah, and that's what I was talking about earlier with our pitchers, just keeping it close, giving us a chance until we can either break through on him. I mean, he gave up the 2-run homer, he shook it off, and he just kept striking us out. His stuff is not overpowering. He's just really deceptive. I mean, you look at his numbers coming in, nobody's really hit him. But our pitchers gave our offense a chance to kind of heat up a little bit, or maybe put together that big inning. And so our offense, they don't ever really feel like they're out of the game, honestly. And that's a good feeling.
And then last one for me, you guys are able to get this done without the use of Parker, obviously, who's listed as out today. What's sort of the update on him?
Yeah, just, cramping up a little bit in his back. We're going to get that looked at again tomorrow and try to get it figured out. And, had him up ready to go yesterday, and then he tightened up again. And so we said, we're not pitching him today. Not even going to, think we're going to pitch him, because mentally we didn't want to think we were going to pitch him and then not be able to use him, because that's what went on yesterday.
Thank you.
Daniel, go ahead.
Yeah, Coach, just one from me. If I've done my counting correctly, I think it was his 100th straight start in college. Just talk about maybe the consistency that he's given you in the lineup, and just even the threat, even though he went 0 for 5 today.
Yeah, and I've said this 3 or 4 times this season already, and probably who knows how many times last year. Even when he's not hitting, he doesn't take his bat to the field with him mentally. He just keeps making plays, fielding, throwing, accurate. I mean, even like that play in the 9th inning, ball was at 107 miles an hour on the ground, right to the shortstop, and he fielded it. He took his time, threw a strike, and now we only need 2 outs. And so, mature player, great defender. Didn't have a great weekend with the bat, but some guys did, and if it wasn't him, we won the game against Ole Miss in Game 3. I mean, it's just baseball. It's the way it is. But love his defense, love his versatility, love the way he's gonna just comes and plays every day. And I do talk to him here and there about, hey, I'm gonna give you a day off, and he fights me. He doesn't want a day off, and so I'll keep an eye on that. And but yeah, he plays, and he plays well.
Jackson, go ahead.
Hey Dave, you mentioned yesterday, you kind of brought it up. You hadn't personally gone on the road and swept Vanderbilt. I mean, in all your years of coaching, I'm sure a lot of things happen a bunch, but can you savor doing something for the first time like this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not the only coach in the league that never swept them here. I don't. What did I hear? They hadn't been swept at home since '94. Is that wrong or right? I know. I don't think Coach Corbin, since he's been here, he started the same year I did. I don't think he's ever been swept at home, and I just don't remember it, because I follow it pretty closely every year, and I think it would have stood out to me. Yeah, I mean, I don't say I savor it. I just appreciate the effort from the players, and it was a really good win. Sweeps are hard to get. It doesn't matter if you're playing the best team in the league or the team with the worst record. And you look at some of the teams that have bad records in our league, they're really talented, and they're going through a rough time. So I don't get too high or low. I just enjoy it for a few hours, and then I'll move on to the next game, honestly.
How big of a, boost is it with, Charles Davlin being able to be a prototypical leadoff guy, but also now have 9 home runs tied for second on the team?
Yeah, when your leadoff guy is a really good on base guy, but he also can hit the ball out of the park or hit the ball over your head and hit some doubles, it's a weapon. And if he lays off some borderline pitches and he gets ahead in the count, you got to give in and bring something in there he can handle. It's dangerous. And some of the best teams I've ever coached had leadoff guys that could pop it, and he's one of those guys.
I believe we're on, week 5 without Gage. Just wondering if you've got any updated timeline there for Mr. Gage Wood.
No, maybe we will sometime this week or after the game on Tuesday, Wednesday, somewhere in there. I know he's feeling good, playing catch, just healing up, and hey, we're just super anxious to get him back. Hopefully we do.
Thanks, Dave.
Pat, coming back around.
Yeah, you mentioned on Tuesday how you have to manage a midweek game differently to save your arms for the weekend. Did you have to learn that the hard way at one point in time during your career? And I mean, I guess like this week, it feels like it validates that thought process.
Oh, yeah, you do. You just, you guys have heard me say it over the last few years. Said it the other day. Sometimes you got to lose one to win one. We just talked about it on the little bus ride over here to our auxiliary locker room where we're taking a shower. As you can hear all the noise, that as much as we hated to lose that game on Tuesday, we might have probably won the game today. Maybe not yesterday, maybe not Friday, but if we bring Bobby in, he's probably not as good as he was today, and we might lose. Or Carter, the other day, and we had him up again. So yeah, I've gotten greedy, so to speak, and won a game on Tuesday and maybe another one on Wednesday, and then Friday goes okay, but you use a guy or two, and you don't have any guys left that you really want to go to for Saturday, and it may cost you that game and Sunday. So as much as we have great fans, they just got to understand sometimes when you play 4 and 5 games a week, we just don't have enough guys sometimes. It just depends on how it goes. We got to take care of their arms and keep an eye on pitch counts, and body language will tell us a lot, and technology will tell us a lot about if a guy needs a break.
And I don't think we'll talk to you again before Tuesday, before you go down to North Little Rock and play. Just what are your thoughts on going down there this year? And it seems like it's been a ballpark where it's a little bit hard to score, but you've got a different kind of lineup maybe than what you've taken down there in the past.
Yeah. I haven't checked the weather yet because I'm a little superstitious. So I'll be checking it here shortly. I wait till the series is over. It would be nice if there was a nice west or northwest wind, because if it's out of the south, it's in baseball lingo, it's a graveyard. You can't hit it out of there hardly. Yeah, it is what it is. It's the same for both teams. And I enjoy going to Little Rock. Fans down there, they get super excited to come watch us play. And, they have a good time before the game, during the game, and probably till they close concession stands at 7 after the 7th inning, to be honest with you. So, yeah, it'll be good for our guys. We won't take everybody. We'll probably leave some of our starting pitchers home, and anybody that is maybe not available, unless they just really want to go, and go down there and get there early, pre-game at play, and come on back, and then get ready for SEC play games.
Okay, thank you.
Daniel, last one before we get a couple players on it.
No, I'm good. Thanks.
All right.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate your time.
You guys.